Hey guys, Corey here with a new scrapbook process video for you. So this is for Hip Kit, and today is Friday, so it's a challenge day, and today the challenge is to be inspired by this mood board for the month. So the thing that I liked the most was the little rain boots that were kind of in that pastel rainbow thing, and I thought that was really cool, so I wanted to do that. So I did this page. This is the first one I did, and I just didn't like it. Like every time I passed by it, I was like, okay, that's not right. Something was just wrong with it. And that was actually the second time that I'd already done it. So I decided I was going to go ahead and redo it again for a third time. So this is that page, the third page that's getting redone. And you know, it's much better. I'm much happier with it. So anyhow, what I did was I'm using the color kit from March, which are those two Nuvo embellishment paste or mousse, I'm sorry. I'm using those two, and then I'm using three other colors, the purple, green, and the blue from past color kits, to be able to get this pastel rainbow. So the 5 colors were blue, purple, pink, yellow, and green. So I'm just gonna get those and start my page. So that's why I love getting the color kits. I always add on the color kit because you get to keep using it over and over again. It's not like it's just a one and done type of deal. So it's really fun to go ahead and get those. I don't know what month these colors were all from because I just throw them all in then to like my like paints and stuff like that. But I know I've not ever bought these except out of a Hip Kit color kit. So there you go. So I'm getting these colors on the page. Now this was really wet and I'm using cardstock. So the paper actually underneath the yellow ended up tearing some. But now when the page is done, you can't tell that. So that's kind of nice. And then since this actually was embellishment mousse, I went ahead and just put some on with, like the edge of a gift card or whatever, just to get it a little bit bolder, and then went back and I'm going to do like some splatters with the colors on top of that. So that's what's so cool about that embellishment mousse is that you can use it kind of like, as a more of a solid type of thing that'll dry, or you can use it, mix it with some water and it comes out like watercolor. So that's really fun. So I was putting these splatters on there, and because the rainbow pattern in there was still wet, I was finding that they were just kind of like all blending in too much. So I was like, well, I got to get that really nice and dry, and then I'll put more colors on top of it. So I did go back and add more splatters after I dried it off, and then I dried it again at the end. So yeah, so just like I said before at the beginning, this is the third version of this page that I've done. So every one of the versions I did had a sort of rainbow. The first one, which I didn't even show you here because I actually did it in the video for the second one. I showed the first one, and it was a bunch of these hearts like that I punched out. And it just, oh God, it was just so terrible. I don't know. I was looking at it going, okay, I don't like that at all. So I tore the embellishments off, like I'm tearing them off here, because I didn't want to waste anything. But then I did the second page, which then once I did that, I was like, okay, this is just dumb. Like it didn't feel like it really went together. It felt like it was just kind of like a smattering of stuff. Like, kind of like when we all started, well, not all of us, but like when we started scrapbooking years ago, and it was like just like sneezing stickers on the page. That's what I felt like my second one was. It did not come out like I wanted it to at all. So I did leave it on my desk. My daughter, who's in this picture, we both looked at it for a couple of days, and I had the video recorded, and I was like, I just couldn't even finish the video. I mean, I was like so disappointed in the page and how it came out, and finally I was like, you know what, I just gotta redo this whole thing. So third time's a charm, thank goodness. Slept on it, had a couple ideas when I went into this, so that helped a lot. And so also, because I don't want to waste the embellishments, so and I had actually glued them on the paper because I had taken them off the first page, put them on the second page, so I'd already messed up the adhesive there. So now I'm pulling it off the second page. So I'm like going, this is crazy. So whatever, but I got it all up. I also wanted to like change the title and some of the journaling and stuff like that. Like it all just kind of felt off. So I'm going to change the title because on the second page, which is the only one that you guys have seen, sort of. It said "so cool," and I changed it to "cool in a bathroom mirror" because the whole picture was taken in a bathroom mirror, and it was just kind of funny and cool at the same time. So luckily I had enough letter stickers to be able to spell all that out. And then once I got into it, I had gotten really kind of frustrated because in the mood board, it's got this pastel rainbow, which is really cool, but the colors in the kit didn't really have all this. Like, there wasn't like a ton of purple. And that's always what happens too. I feel like purple is just like that. I feel like there's never enough purple when you need purple, and I don't typically use a lot of purple, but in this one I needed it, and I didn't really feel like I found it. But when I redid the page, it actually all came together so much easier. So, all right, enough rambling about that. So this picture, it's actually, okay, so this is from when we went to New York at the beginning of February, when you could still travel and have fun outside of your house. So we had gone to New York for this art class, and she went and used the restroom and took this picture of herself. I think she posted it on her Instagram page or something like that. And I think it's just one of those funky, cool photographs. And so I was like, oh, I totally want to scrapbook that, because while it's in her Instagram feed, I don't know if your teenagers do this, but sometimes she like deletes pictures, and like her and I've had lots of discussions about how I think that's really, really stupid. And so she really doesn't do it that often anymore. But I'd hate for her to me to lose this picture because, she goes to college and decides to like delete this or something. So I was like, well, I'm going to just go ahead and put that in the album because it's cool. And it's not like I have like some huge story to go along with it. It's just that she took the picture. I thought it was cool, so wanted to kind of keep up with it in the albums. So when she's the one that said, hey, Mom, when you die, can I have all of the old photographs that are like all in storage right now? I figured that me thinking a photo of her that was really cool that I wanted to keep, she would later on appreciate something like that. So, and if not, oh well. It was a fun page to make 3 times. So I think it would have been more fun had I just come up with this the first time, but that's okay. At least it came out right this last time. So I had used just a couple of those like multicolored butterfly embellishments on the second page, and once I got going on this, I realized that I could really use a bunch more. Funny how it took me redoing the page to be able to realize that those butterflies actually really went with the page much better than I originally had thought. So I actually, instead of just using the 2, I end up adding 4 more, which is always fun. And then I also added more of those white and black puffy butterfly stickers, which when I first did the page, first 2 times I did the page, it didn't look right then either. So I was really happy because it's funny because you redo the page and it's like all of a sudden it like makes so much more sense to do it in a different way. So anyhow, so I get my journaling on. I wanted to go ahead and get these embellishments on first because I wanted to do the journaling around the embellishments. So that worked out really well. But I was using a pencil, and of course, like the first couple of words of my journaling looked funny, so I erased it, rewrote it. Thank goodness I put it in pencil, because if the handwriting would have been that bad in pen, I would have like had to figure out how to cover that up. My handwriting is not great, but man, I did not want it to look as bad as it did the first time. So, all right, so I'm just getting the last of those little butterflies put on, and these few little puffy stickers. And once I get that, y'all, this will be done. Much happier with version number 3. So here's a close-up and some detailed photos. And guys, just to let you know, I did use the March 2020 hip kits, so head on over to hip kit if you want to take a look at those. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Bye.